Hey guys, this is Jen from ScanNCut Canvas and Scal Help on Facebook. Alright, I had a request for this one. How to make the little flowers. Okay, when you come onto your Sure Cuts a Lot page, you'll see a square here. Again, anyone that has these little triangles, the T, this one, the knife, okay, if you press and you long hold, which means I am now pressing my left mouse key and I am still holding it. I still have it held. It's still being held. So while this box is up, I am still holding my left mouse key. I'm taking my right hand and I am doing this. So I'm still holding it. Okay, now I'm releasing it. Well, what did that do? It doesn't look like it did anything. Okay, I'm pressing my left mouse key now. I'm using my right finger and I'm dragging it across my laptop key. That is allowing me to create this spiral. Okay, now let's take a minute. Take a look up here. I can actually adjust these. Oops, hang on. After I'm in here. So you can actually, let's go back here. Let's delete this. Let's delete this so we can do this. I don't want to come out of this. Okay, so right here. If we're going to create those flowers, if we're going to create these flowers, let's bring it right here in the middle. We want to make that a little bit closer. So you want to increase the amount of turns. Okay. Your divergence, don't really mess with that one. Your inner radius, well, let's see. Okay. That's getting rid of that. And that is helpful because if you don't want them all bunched up together there, take that away. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. Okay, and what I said about flowers is this will help you create those flowers that I guess are really popular. I don't know. I don't have much time to get out into the wild world of the web. But let's try to create our own little flower look here. Okay, so you can either start building it by using a shape like this and leaving it just like that, or you can add a little bit to it to give it a little bit more body. Okay, so let me try to build something here. This needs to stick out a wee bit more. Let's bring this over just a smidge. Too much. But I want to build it so that it's got something to set on. Yeah, that looks good. Let's take it down just a tiny bit. Alright, I don't want it quite that big. Maybe like about there. Okay. So now let's union this. Okay, that looks decent. I can shrink it up a little. There we go. Let's bring this up. I'm going to shrink it over here. I'll put that. Let's shrink it a little bit more. And I want to center that. There we go. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit more. Okay, and I do that by using these buttons right here, the H-align and the V-align. The V-align goes towards the middle, up and down, so it centers it horizontally. The H-align centers it to the vertical. Okay, so I don't really know why it does that. The V, because this is the horizon, so it centers it. It's kind of like those are backwards. Oh well. Okay, so now I'm going to do a path, back minus front, and that takes that little hole away. Okay, you can also do exclude too. So now what am I going to do? Well, if I want to shrink that a little bit more, I can. That also shrinks your little hole, but it doesn't really matter. How am I going to get those to stack around there? I sure in the heck ain't going to hand place them, I can tell you that much. We're going to come up here to Effects. We're going to go to Object on Path. Okay, let me move this out of the way so you can see exactly what it's doing and why removing this in the center was really important. It comes up just like this. Repeat. Oops, Click auto preview first. Count. Fill path length. Ooh. I don't like the way that looks. Okay, right here. The bottom. You want the bottom to align, and that is extremely important. Because watch, if you do the top align, watch what happens. That's not a good look. Okay. The middle. That looks okay, but you see this bottom here? And if you were to try to align that, that's going to leave those holes, and you'll have to go in and fill those in. That's not good. So let's do the bottom. Very good. That allows that bottom to come close together so that it all fills in. Okay, and that's why right here we wanted to get rid of that tight wrapped end. You want it to open up as much as possible to allow that to open as well. Okay, you can still come in here and erase these if you don't like your end product the way it looks. All right, follow the path, of course. Remove the original object. Yes, we want that spiral out of there. Okay, offset, nah. Crop, nah. Don't really need that. Let's click OK. Alright, so everything is fitting well together. Now also in this, I don't think I can get it to come back up. Okay, right here, the spacing. I could have adjusted this too to be like a negative to draw them closer together. Okay, but let's see, it should work. Let's union it. If you union this and there's still spaces between them, we're going to undo it, go back in, and reset it. Okay? That undo button is my favorite button. Let's see how this looks. Okay? Don't freak out when it does that. It's okay. Come over here or click off of it. Click back on it. Come over here to your color, the fill. Click color. And pick a really pretty color. Mine, of course, is always pink. So there you go. And now you can start making any flower that you want, okay? So when you go to build, change your design, whatever you want, you can do that now. Because now you know how to go about doing that. And through practice and through using it, you can change the amount of wraps, you can change the distance, you can change the size of that initial shape that you used. You can flip, let me show you here. You can flip this spiral around, okay? You can flip it around. You can change the size right here, remember the turns. You can use a bigger item right in here so you can have a bigger flower, all right? You can do whatever you want. It's just getting you to see how you start to be able to make these flowers, okay? All right, if you have any questions, the only place to find me is over at ScanNCut Canvas and SCAL Help on Facebook. Thanks, guys.